You may be seated.
First of all, I looked at my rule on the question about whether our income has increased. You're right. I apologize.
I thought so, Your Honor.
That's a proper
Done when
question.
you said that.
So do you want to call her back or leave it like it is? Or do you want to stipulate it? My rule was he can ask dollar figures basically.
Yeah, we objected to it, so we're not stipulating. We want to preserve our objection, so if you want to put her back.
I would actually let you call her back if you want to. That's up to you.
Can I think about that, Your Honor?
Sure. That's just one of many things we'll make about here.
Oh,
Okay, I think the first order of business is the motion to amend. So let's take everything first. You all have objections to the motion to amend?
I was doing the designation, John. That's why I'm standing up here. I'll defer.
Your Honor, the motion to amend is, I mean, I understand that motions to amend are liberally granted. It mostly tracks what is on there. There are a few differences on that, and frankly, counsel and I have not discussed those very few differences. We probably could right here where we sit within minutes. We've had so many other things. We didn't have that until counsel handed it to us before.
Well, yeah, I'm the same boat. I was headed this morning.
But you had it before we did.
5 minutes.
I'm going to move this because I can't see it. I just hear a disembodied voice.
I'm going to grant the motion to amend. I don't think there's a lot of argument on this. So the motion is granted. The next thing is Dr. Barrett's ability to testify and to the doctor Thomas, whatever name is Thomas. Is that timely, or we didn't do something about this afternoon's witnesses?
I don't think it pertains this afternoon's witnesses, Your Honor.
Well, let's get through what we have coming up with the designations.
Do you have the Lewis K deposition? The two that we have is Lewis K and Jesse Palmer.
While we look at the deposition, I have a question. Are any of you on a diet at this time? You are now, because we're not going to break the lines.
We have an extra copy down in our room. You want us to go get it? Okay. We're pretty much
Britt, do you have an extra copy of the sheet there with everything?
You can share mine.
Do you mind if I look on it with you?
I got a Lewis K one.
You have one for Lewis K?
Yeah, just got one.
And does this contain our designations too?
Yes. Well, I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I know.
You did. This is, I think, everything.
Hey, the first two, the first one I'm gonna take it out.
And the one about,
The second one after O'Day, I'm gonna take out.
okay, so, all right.
So I think it's really just, yeah, good.
So the first one you're going to start with is page 11.
Well, I guess it's actually 12, 2, and 3.
Oh, got it, 12, 2, and 3, thank you.
Okay. I've got definition of Lewis K.
Okay, so we're okay, the first one's gone, we're okay with the striking after O'Day on the second, the 5, 13, and 14.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right, first one, Your Honor, this is defendant's designations and dealing with plaintiff's objections, is 12, 2, and 3. I'm not sure, that might be an error, but that's what they got listed here.
Yeah, no, it's, I mean, it's fine, we'll withdraw that objection, it's fine.
Next one is (23, 24) through 24:15.
Your Honor, I don't think it's relevant, but it already came in really through Ms. Andrews, so.
And that'd be the same thing with 20, see, the next one is 24, 25 through 25, 16.
Is that the same agreement?
Yeah, again, I mean, I don't think it's relevant, but the general information came in through Ms. Andrews, so that's fine, Your Honor.
Next one is 38, 23 through 39, 1.
And whether Ms. Andrews had a manager or not at the time is not relevant to any issue in the case.
Not relevant.
Yeah, well, Your Honor, the only reason that they counter-designated some stuff about what a manager would do, and I think it's relevant to show that she didn't have a manager at the time, because they're showing what a manager would do now for her. That's the only reason.
Well, the question, I mean, the issues relate to what Lewis K. did when he was her manager, not when she didn't have a manager and the fact that she didn't have one. So I think when she didn't have a manager, I just don't think it's relevant.
Not relevant.
Yeah, Mark, I'm sorry to interrupt. I was going to take my clients down so they can eat lunch. I'm not part of this, but I do want to make sure that Tamaris and Bart aren't coming up until later today. I believe you said that. And with your permission, may I be excused then?
Bring me a snack. Bring me your snacks.
All right, the next one is 46, 21 through 25.
Again, she didn't bring up in her testimony the fact that she doesn't work for Cintas, but again, the names of who she has endorsed has come in, so we'll withdraw our objection to that as well.
Through 6313.
You said?
That's 5816 through 6313. It's a long one.
Your Honor, none of this is really relevant to any of the issues in the case in terms of what it is that Mr. K and his office do now in relation to her endorsement deals. I just think it's a lot of irrelevant information.
You know, talk about negative comments and stuff. That's what, if you look at 59, I mean, this thing goes all through her negative comments, how they deal with that. I mean, this is what she's been testifying about for 2 days.
Well, it doesn't talk about how she deals with it. It talks about how they, as managers, might handle it. But it doesn't talk about the specific criticism or anything that she does or her reaction to it.
I think it's relevant how it works.
All right, the next one is 71, 25 through 73, 17.
Your objection?
Irrelevant, Your Honor. They're talking about people's roles in Ms. Andrews' career, none of which have really come up at trial and none of which is really relevant to the issues we're talking about.
I'll sustain your not relevant.
Well, Your Honor, I mean, one of the things is that she just talked about the decision going between ESPN and Fox. I mean, Ms. Andrews just talked about that.
But in terms of who all the folks were who were involved with her, who her agents were, who were talking to her about that decision, you know, again, did she look for counsel or advice from them at the time? I mean, none of that either came out or is relevant. The fact that she made the move is what she talked about, and that's what's relevant, but certainly not any of this.
It's not relevant. Sustain.
The next objection is 73-20 through 74-7.
And it's the same issue again, whether or not Mr. K believed it was a good move for her to go from ESPN to Fox is irrelevant.
I'm at a loss as how that's not relevant.
What Mr. K thought? How is it relevant in terms of what Mr. K thought about whether the move was a good move for her or not?
Well, he's just talking, he's our publicist and handles her daily stuff.
However, that's relevant.
Okay, so now the next one is, these are plaintiff's designations, and if you go to 33, go backwards to 33, 4 through 33, 15. Well, here's, and Your Honor, so you kind of have an understanding, what I've done is I didn't object. I just designated, they counter-designated the section from 33, 4 through 15. They skipped 33, 16 through 8, and then picked back up at 34, 9 through 36, 6. So the only thing I've done is said, well, if you're going to designate that, you need to put the 33, 16 through 34, 8 in.
Yeah, and I have no problem with that. We're fine.
Okay. All right, the next one is 40, line 2, through 40, line 6. And this is the whole series. If you want to write these down, because the whole series of testimony and objections. And then it goes 40, 16 through 41, 15. And then 42, 1 through 44, 16. And just so you'll know, the basis of the objection is, and as it was raised actually by plaintiff's counsel in the deposition, is about, it's calls for an expert opinion.
Mr. Carter?
Yeah, it's not expert opinion, Your Honor, and basically what it is they're asking whether she told him she was suffering from emotional distress and what it was that she had told him about what it was she was going through and how she felt and what was going on with her at the time.
Was suffering from severe emotional distress, is what it's.
And he's talking about, in terms of his role, Your Honor, as a publicist, the fact that he had to consider what she had told him about her emotional distress and what it was she was going through.
Overruled 40 through 2, 40 through 6, overruled 40, 16 through 41, 15, overruled 42, 1 through 44, 16, overruled.
All right, the last one on this one that I show is 86, 16 through 87, 3. And the only thing I've done is to continue on to counter designate 87, 4 through 16 for completeness.
Give me 1 second, Your Honor. Your Honor, he's talking about what his company does for their clients now. It has nothing to do with what happened back at the time of the Nashville Marriott. He's raising this issue of the fact that they provide now aliases for their clients. It's not something that has come up at trial. It's not something that Ms. Andrews mentioned. It's not something that's in the evidence of this case. And it's surely irrelevant in terms of what his company does with respect to their clients as opposed to what happened at the time that this occurred at the Nashville Marriott.
Well, Your Honor, if that's the case, then they just need to, then why are they designating 86, 6 through 87, 3? They designated that very stuff that Mr. Carr is now saying is objectionable. I just counter-designated to include that. If he wants to strike that testimony, I'm fine with that.
Where's 80, where, I don't see the issue of aliases coming up on 8616 to 87.3.
Well, he's talking about Mr. K's, his current business. He says, you told me you represent a number of high-profile clients or celebrities. True. He's talking about current stuff that has nothing to do with this lawsuit. That's just what Mr. Carr just argued. But he wants to get that in, but he wants to prohibit the other stuff. So you either take it all out or we let mine in.
Well, but there's a difference between talking about what his business is and then talking about what he does for his clients now. I mean, he's just here talking about what his business is and exactly what it is that they know that their business consists of. You're asking what do they do in terms of protecting their clients essentially now, and there's a difference between the two.
Okay, where again did you want to add on?
Just 87, 4 through 16, which continues on the question. I mean, 87, 4 is, and why is that? I mean, they're still talking about the same thing.
Well, I'll overrule it, but also let 87, 4 through 16 in. Unless you probably want to agree not to do it.
Either way is fine with me. I don't care.
Your Honor, then let's just take it out because I don't want to bring that issue into the case. It's not in. Thank you.
Is that all for Lewis K?
That is, Your Honor. Thank you.
I do not.
I don't have an extra.
Do you need another form?
Yeah, if you have an extra palmer sheet, I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Brent.
It's a little small.
Not a problem.
Oh, yes, it is.
Okay, take a break. You guys are okay with redacting his home address?
Hang on, I've lost my, yeah, I've lost my home.
Have you all talked about these?
We have. We got him this morning, last night and this morning, so we have it, Your Honor.
You have not, you said?
Pardon?
You have not.
We have not.
Yeah.
If you give us a few minutes, we might be able to resolve some of them on our own.
I'll get Randy next and leave y'all here.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Before I leave, so they won't have too many loose ends flying around here, the alcohol approach of Michael Barrett's deposition will be made exhibit number 35 for identification part of the technical record.
And then we'll spend our own, right?
I thought we made it, didn't we make it into exhibit yesterday?
The ones that you,
I think we did.
number 32, I apologize, this is right here. My card told me to do that, I'll blame it on her. Okay.
Through video clips of those that we proposed were objected to. Yeah. Yeah. We'll do it.
What have I done? Okay, I got it. Yeah, I will age my children. Okay, yeah, I'm okay.
Those two, you're fine, I take it.
Well, I think we need to put where he lives.
Boy,
I mean, but not his, I was thinking, why don't we just cut out?
you know that, if you just want to put Lake Mary, Florida, I'm fine with
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, no, we'll take it.
Some witnesses had their came in the other day, and I said, I'm going to go to the court, and this is all this.